Hi. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about leading by example. We just took the whole family to the zoo and we saw these birds that were so amazing. They were up in the tree and they had taught them these amazing tricks, but they had to do it over and over and over again. So they led by trying to show them how to do it and show them how to do it and show them how to do it. When you teach children how to wash the dishes, you have to explain exactly what to do, not just what not to do. Sometimes we always say, don't do that and don't do this and no, 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 and we hear that all the time. Well, what's important is to teach them how to make the bed. How do you want it made? And do it with them over and over and over and over again until they get it, until they understand, or if they have the ability. Sometimes children are too little to actually have the dexterity in their fingers to do what you exactly want them to do. But you lead by example. You show them how to wash the counters. You show them how to put the dishes in the dishwasher. You show them how to make the bed. And it does pay off. You know, there was a really cool story about some monks that were in France. And there was this famous brother Leo that was a monk in France. Hi. And he was so famous that all these other monks wanted to make the pilgrimage to go see him. So while they were on the journey, they had to carry their backpacks. They had certain duties and chores they had to do to set up camp each night. And they started bickering and fighting the first day, and the second day they were bickering and they were fighting. Well, the third day another monk joined them. And they started bickering and fighting, and he just said, oh, I'll do it. And so he went ahead and did the chores, and he went ahead, and he was so happy about it, and he was just really doing a good job. So the fifth day, by the time they actually got to the French monks' monastery, they said, where is this brother Leo? We want to see who this guy is. And they said, well, he's been with you since day 3. He joined you. He was one of you. He's the one who taught you how. He led by example. He showed how happy you can be in doing your chores and not bickering and not fighting. Also, there was Mahatma Gandhi. There's a cool story about him. This mother brought her little boy to Mahatma Gandhi and said, oh, will you please tell my little boy not to eat so much sugar? He's eating sugar all day long. He craves it. He's eating it. He's eating. His teeth are just going to rot and fall out. So Mahatma Gandhi said, well, you know, why don't you bring him back to me in 2 weeks? And so the mom said, okay. So 2 weeks later, she brings the little boy back to him and he says, young man, I'd like to tell you, please do not eat sugar. And the young boy nodded his head, and the mother said, why did you want me to wait 2 weeks? Why didn't you tell me 2 weeks ago? And he said, because I was eating sugar 2 weeks ago. Mahatma Gandhi wanted to be off sugar for 2 weeks before he told the young man to. You know, there's a song called The Cat's in the Cradle, and it talks about how this father is too busy for his son. His son wants to play baseball. He wants to spend time with him, but he's on the computer, you know, he's doing too many things. He's always, we'll get together another time, another time, another time. Well, then when the son grows up and the father wants the son to visit, he says, oh, you know, I'm too busy. So the chorus goes, and the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, yeah. Well, you know we'll have a good time then. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. So you see, a lot of times what we do is who our children become, who our team becomes. Who are you leading? Your church group, your PTA, your whatever. I used to teach second grade, and I had this little boy in my second grade who swore all the time, and we didn't know what to do about it. So the principal called his parents in, and the dad said, well, what's the blankety blank has my son done now, blankety blank? Well, the principal and I looked at each other like, oh, oops, he was just like his dad. So the principal handled it very wisely and was able to talk to the father about it, and the son actually quit swearing in school. It was really wonderful. But I'm just saying that anything can be corrected, but being able to, if you want your team to complain, then you complain. Don't you love the leaders who complain about their team complaining and then their team keeps complaining because they complain? Anyway, so it's like if you want them to quit complaining, then you quit complaining. Don't complain, praise. Be excited, be happy. It's okay. You can listen to their complaints, validate their feelings. That's usually what they need. But if you want your children to complain, if you want them to be happy, if you want them to be sad, then you be sad. If you want them to be happy, you be happy. If you want them to complain, complain. If you want them to be kind, be kind. All of the things that you become, your team, your church groups, your service clubs, your work, your business associates, and your children will imitate you. So if you want to be a good recruiter, if you want to do well, then you do it yourself. You teach and you lead the way.